Hello, everybody. My name is Jeffrey Martin. I'm the library manager at the Itawamba County Pratt Memorial Library in Fulton, Mississippi. We've been doing this upper elementary story time while kids are at home for a little bit, and we've been reading My Fantastically Evil Vampire Pet by Mo O'Hara. Um, he's the author of some fabulous books. This is one of his newer books. His most famous thing that he's written is the My Big Fat Zombie Goldfish series. But for previous chapters, go to earlier podcasts, but this is going to be chapters 11 and 12. I got back to the lake just in time for Trevor the Techinator's talk about hot wiring speedboats for getaways. Then he moved on to the more advanced bit about defusing the bombs that were on the boats. This was in case the good guys you're stealing from or some evil rival group might have rigged the boat so it blows up if you steal it. Either way, it was hot wiring and driving a speedboat. That sounded fun. I stopped listening to the bomb disposal bit sometime after he said, "Never cut the red wire." There is more interesting stuff to eavesdrop on. Diablo was talking to one of the killer goth evil girls and kept pointing over at me. I couldn't hear everything, but I caught totally evil hombre and muy grande serpiente. Muy grande serpiente, if you don't know, would be very, very large snake. It means really big snake, okay? Geeky girl interrupted by eavesdropping, making me wonder if she could read my mind. You had that trying to figure it out and not having a clue look on your face, so I thought I would translate, she explained. I don't need you to translate, I lied. So you understand Spanish? Geeky girl responded. No, but I understand. I was just about to come back at her with a totally evil and cutting comeback that I hadn't thought of yet when Trevor the Techinator interrupted. If you two are talking during my demo, then you must know all there is about hot wiring a getaway boat, defusing the potential bomb, and circling the lake to escape your enemies, right? I said, there had to be some way to get out of this. I was the Snakeinator, right? That must count for something. Sorry, we were, Geeky girl started. So come up here and demonstrate then, Trevor said, and stepped back from the boat. Both of us? Because she was really talking more, I said. Both, he barked. Now. We both shuffled forward and looked at the boat. It actually looked a bit like a boat I had driven in the Water Sports Activity Center a few months before. I think I can drive it, I whispered to Geeky girl, if you can do the bomb. She nodded and looked over at Trevor. Are we being timed? The clock started when I said now, he said, and smiled a really evil smile. I mean, the man could patent that evil smile. You have 3 minutes. Geeky girl huffed, jumped into the boat, and started working on the pretend bomb. At least I hoped it was a pretend bomb. I jumped into the boat too and went to the front. You have to hotwire the boat first to get it to start, Trevor shouted to me. Not when you have a universal getaway starting key that works on almost all getaway boats, cars, and motorcycles, I said. $19.99 plus 20 Evil Scientist magazine coupons in the last issue. I pulled it out of my pocket and started up the engine. That's cheating, Trevor shouted back. Extra points for cheating. Well done, he added, and wrote something down in his notebook. As we sped away out into the water, I could hear Sanj back on the pier saying, so that's where all my Evil Scientist magazine coupons went. My mind started to wander a bit as I drove off in the boat. They wouldn't let a bunch of kids practice on a real bomb, right? But we did have to sign the next of kin form. My wandering mind was brought back to the boat with a bump, literally. Hey, Geeky girl shouted from the back of the boat. You think you could not make the boat jump every wave? Defusing a pretend bomb here. A little less bumping would be nice. So you're sure it's a pretend bomb, right? I said. It is Evil Scientist Summer Camp. So you think it might be real and you're still going over bumps? Geeky girl added. Right, I said. I'm on it. And then one of the kids on the pier waved at me as I circled past again and crossed over the wake for my own boat. Whoa! I could feel the boat surge up at the front and come down with a slam at the back. I looked over my shoulder to see Geeky girl flipped up into the air by the force of the wave. She was heading overboard. Okay, so that's 11. Now this is 12. Gotcha, I shouted, and reached back and grabbed Geeky Girl's backpack before she bounced out of the boat. So that is less bouncing, she said. I am recreating authentic getaway conditions, I said. So there, people would be chasing us, and chasing sometimes involves bumps. There's a picture of that scene with her falling out of the boat. She mumbled something at me, but I couldn't make it out. Actually, I wasn't sure I wanted to. I waited a few seconds and then shouted again over the roar of the engine. How's that bomb going, Geeky Girl? Nearly done, I think, she mumbled. I hope this works. I wish that she sounded surer. We headed back to the pier, having circled the lake, and jumped out of the boat just as Trevor clicked his stopwatch. Made it, I shouted, and punched the air. Just, said Trevor, and did you manage to defuse the bomb? Who would like to check? Sand strode forward. I'm a whiz at all tech devices. I could have defused the bomb in my sleep. I'll check out the shoddy work of this amateur, Sanj said, and stepped up to the deck of the boat. Sanj, I think you'll want to check, Geeky Girl said. I don't think I need advice from you, Sanj sneered, pushing past Geeky Girl. She stepped off the boat, folded her arms, and then smiled. Then she started quietly counting as Sanj fiddled with the wires on the bomb. 1 evil genius, 2 evil genius, 3 evil genius, she mumbled. What on earth are you doing? It's distracting, Sanj started to say when suddenly a loud siren sounded and he could hear a recording of Geeky Girl's voice saying, Danger! This person is planting a bomb and needs to be apprehended at once. Danger! On a repeat loop. Sanj staggered back from the pretend bomb, covering his ears. Look out! Geeky Girl shouted over her own booming recorded voice. But Sanj toppled right over the side of the boat and splashed into the cold lake. Geeky Girl shook her head. Yes, sir, I defused the bomb, but I had some extra time, so I had the fail-safe so it couldn't be reactivated again without the alarm going off. Then she smiled a pretty evil smile and added, I hope that's okay. Sanj clambered back onto the pier, dripping as he walked, and joined the others. This is more than okay. You can both head back with the others now, and maybe you can give them some tips, as they'll all have a go at this before lunch, Trevor said. I went back and high-fived with Bob, Diablo, and Igor, while the rest of the campers practiced their getaways. I got lots of slaps on the back and nods of top evil getaway dude from some of the guys. Geeky Girl and Trevor talked the whole time about her pretend bomb tampering. So it's really just a simple modification of the secondary circuit that shorts out the primary detonator and circumvents the auxiliary widget. Okay, so I don't think she actually said widget, but my brain was full with big words by then, so I stopped listening. It's time for lunch, Trevor announced. The last kid pulled himself out of the lake after crashing the boat into the pier. My stomach had started growling already. When I get hungry, I think more. That's kind of why I don't like to be too hungry. I don't want too much thinking to turn me into Sanj or anything, but my growling stomach did get me thinking. Me and the guys, I like saying that. It was always just either me and Sanj or me and some kids I made do what I want. But these were guys who were choosing to hang with me. I kind of liked it, so me and the guys headed back to camp for lunch. Trevor called after us. Remember this afternoon is set aside to work in your pairs for the evil trap-making competition. The winning team gets named Evil Emperors of the Week and gets points toward the end of the camp prize, Evil Emperor of the Camp. Great. That means a whole afternoon of working with Geeky Girl. She'll be really smug about acing the bomb thing too, although I gotta admit it was really cool to see Sanj land in the water. But it's not fair. Bob and Diablo have been thinking of stuff since last year. Igor is just excited to be carrying evil stuff back and forth to help out the evil goth girl he's paired with, and I'm stuck with Geeky Girl. She'll probably want to build some eco-friendly, not even remotely evil trap. Plus, Sanj and Dustin are probably already working on something really amazing from our notebook of evil plans. I gotta get that notebook back. I need an evil plan and I need stealth and off-the-chart sneakiness to do it. I need Fang. So that's the end of chapter 12. Him and Geeky Girl had that issue with the boat and the bomb, and Geeky Girl is proving to be pretty savvy at all the evil ways. And they're getting ready for that competition. So next time we will pick up with chapters 13 and 14. Alright, well I appreciate all of you and hope you have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.